Light, water, nutrients, all these things help sustain the life that we see around us. And that's what grace is for us. Grace helps sustain us on our journey towards heaven. And we've been talking a lot about grace and how we can receive that grace. But we need to take it a step further. We need to let the grace flow through us so that we can bring Christ to others. Today we're going to talk about how Jesus left us very clear and concise directions, the beatitudes, to help that grace flow through us so that we can become great. We can achieve happiness and become the men and women that God has called us to be.
So what would you think if you were sitting at your graduation and the speaker came out and gave you these 8 steps to happiness that you just read? Be quick to share in the suffering of others, but don't be quick to take credit for things. Be the one that says, let's not go to that movie, it's a little crude. Forgive others, even when they don't deserve it. And when people may laugh at you for doing these things, smile and be happy anyway. Not exactly what you want to hear on your big happy day, right? But that's exactly what happened when a big crowd gathered and waited to hear what Jesus had to say. He outlined 8 ways that we should live in order to truly be happy. These 8 points, which we call the Beatitudes, are the opposite of what the world tells us will bring us happiness. Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." In other words, blessed are you when you're not addicted to stuff. How do you know you're addicted to stuff? Whenever you start saying, "Oh, I can't live without my phone, without my music, without my clothes," whatever, you fill in the blank, then we're addicted to that stuff. Blessed are those who mourn. Now, this doesn't sound like a formula for happiness, but what is Jesus really saying here? Blessed are you when you're not addicted to good feelings. When the thing that you desire most is feeling good, then you open yourself to all kinds of addictions, such as drugs, alcohol, or impurity. But when we understand that we can offer up our sufferings, when we mourn with and comfort others, then we're united to Christ, both in his suffering, but also in his redemption. Blessed are the meek. Being meek does not mean being a wimp or a pushover. A better word would be gentle. Gentleness is the loving exercise of strength, and only a truly strong person can be gentle. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. What is righteousness anyway? It's doing God's will. When we hunger and thirst for what God wants, he promises that we'll have peace and we'll be filled. Christ is also reminding us to be passionate in our thoughts and in our deeds, and not lukewarm. He calls us to hunger and thirst, implying a strong and vibrant conviction and living out of our faith. Blessed are the clean of heart. Nothing helps us see God more clearly or understand what he wants than a clean heart. A clean heart is one that is free from sin, and a heart that practices chastity. When we sin, we become blind. Blessed are the merciful. In this beatitude, Jesus invites us to forgive others and not dwell on how much it hurts. We are called to love those who do not love us. In this way, we become channels of mercy to those we forgive, and by forgiving them, we show them a little bit of the heart of God. Blessed are the peacemakers. There are 2 kinds of peace of mind and peace of heart. Peace of mind comes from knowing the truth, and peace of heart comes from doing God's will. Now, the world may tell you that peace of heart comes from doing whatever you want. It's a big lie. So how do you become a peacemaker? A peacemaker is someone that helps others get peace of mind by teaching them the truth, and peace of heart by helping them understand what is God's will. Blessed are those who are persecuted. Courage is a virtue that's really lacking in this world. This beatitude invites us to have courage for standing up for the truth. It is an invitation to heroic virtue. So now we have a complete list. Blessed are the poor, the meek, the hungry, the pure. Blessed are those who mourn, who are merciful, who are persecuted, who are peacemakers. This may not sound like a formula for happiness, but today we're going to look at some of the Beatitudes in action, and you can decide if they work.